Boom! And we are live with another episode of the Brownwater Banter podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey Cates.
It is Joey Cates. And we have a great show for you this evening in the studio. We have Sam Donald, man. We're going to be talking about country music and music in general, really, I guess. And Jeff, don't let me butcher your last name, Meckelson. I knew I was going to say that. Oh, the TV's on. That's great. Meckelson. I was close. I was very, very close. We're going to be chatting about all kind of stuff, man. We're selfishly going to promote the Brownwater Banter app because that's where we're playing the country music.
That's
is right inside of that app. So if you haven't already downloaded it, please do so. We got a lot of outdoor stuff, like outdoor related stuff in there. The NOAA weather radar, feeding times. What, Joey, got the tides in there, bag limits,
weather, all that stuff.
Everything you'd want for a fun day outdoors. And on top of all that, if that wasn't enough, you can be connected to our all our social media stuff. But more importantly, we're doing I don't want to call it country radio station just yet because I got a feeling that it's going to evolve into definitely the blues. I've already got a few songs in there for that. I think we're going to do like a Tuesday blues day or something. And I got a feeling that we're going to sneak in classic rock at some point. But right now it is just strictly country. But before we jump into the episode, we're going to mention the people who support the show. I'll give you $1,000 if you can guess who the first sponsor that we're going to mention is. It's already on the screen.
Dr.
Too late.
Bob.
Nope, too late. You lose the money. Southern Magnolia Smiles, man. If you're looking for a great local dentist, they're located in Ocean Springs right there on Washington Avenue. Keep your mouth clean, man. Go check him out. He's
because it's gross if you don't.
It's gross if you don't. He's a great dude, man. He's into the outdoors and bourbon just like we are. He's got a great friendly staff over there. Check him out, southernmagnoliasmiles.com. When you're ready to book that appointment, just give him a call at 228-215-1202. If you're looking for a great website, if you need that for some reason, you're a content creator, you're a small business owner, you're a musician, and you want your very own website, check out hilltreemarketing.com. This is Jesse Hill and his team that he has put together. They can take you from having nothing to having a professional website. That includes photography, videography, aerial drone stuff that he can do for you, all the web domain, the hosting, the IT, everything involved with building a website. Hilltree Marketing is your one-stop shop, and more importantly, they are local.
Yep.
Jesse's been on the show, and he's a friend of ours, so we're glad to have him a part of the show. C2 Swamp, our buddy Rocky, Gaucher Van Cleve Road, hit the exit, go south. It's a local shop. If you wanted all the stuff you need for the outdoors, man, rods, reels, tackle, apparel. He's carrying Brownwater hats over there. He's a one-stop shop, and like I said, he is local. Look him up on Facebook, see the number 2 and then Swamp. He also has Mississippi Coastal Angler Magazine, the Mississippi and the Alabama edition. And
they got a big tournament this weekend, Saturday.
What they got? I don't even know. Tell me.
It's the Christmas tournament where they benefit the kids. They got to buy them. It's a kayak tournament. They buy-in is this week.
That ain't the one with Matthew Mitchell, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's that one. That's that one. Yeah,
I saw that.
They do a lot of stuff. The flyers on the website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So check it out Saturday. I'm going to try to get over there and film it. So hopefully we'll get out of soccer and it's not pouring down rain.
All right, sounds like a plan. And he also does rod and reel repair too, which is something that's if you need something cleaned or put back together, Rocky's your guy. Last but definitely not least, Taylor and Cox Law Firm. They've been practicing law for 30 years over in Pascagoula. If you need representation, sometimes things come up and you need an attorney. Sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. But whatever the case may be, you want somebody that's local and that's going to take care of you, man. They come highly recommended. They specialize in criminal law, family law, and civil litigation defense. So if you find yourself in that boat, give them a call at 228-696-0111. All right, we got that out of the way. We got a lot of people chiming in here. We already got some comments coming in. Oh, look at Josh. Josh is finally showing up as Josh in the comments.
Not Facebook loser?
No, he's not a Facebook loser anymore. My boy Sam. You know Josh Harmon?
I do. Fish and South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the comments.
Facebook.
Their TikTok is awesome.
I know it from IP.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what else. Yeah, Fishmas tournament, Joey, is what he's calling that.
Yeah, I'm looking to fly right now.
And Chad Irby, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in, and to hell with you for catching all those snapper this weekend. I saw the photos, man. That was some nice snappers. So
they went to Desports and bought them.
Yeah, I believe that for sure. I do believe that. So where do we start, man? How did you two guys meet? Let's start there. Is that a long story?
Oh no, it's
a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but it's
as you get older, all your stories become a long time ago. Yeah. It's kind of part of it.
Here we go with the old shit on it.
Right out the gate, dude. All right. I was talking about myself though too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll save the Coast Guard guy's story for that. Anyway.
Yeah.
How did we meet? I guess he probably doesn't remember because
What's that supposed to
he was in spandex on stage somewhere.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's been a little while back.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it's been, I think, 2014, 2013, somewhere in there.
I thought you were going to say
That's
20
shitty
years
that
It was
ago.
at the IP.
That's that long ago, though.
Yeah, it was at the Chill, and I was there with my good friend and I'm a music guy, so
Right.
I was watching this band, and it was Whiskey Kiss. And matter of fact, I have a post on there about I took a picture of Elise Thornton, the lead singer, and I made some comment. They were singing a Poison song or something. I said, "Spend my money on whiskey and wine," and it snapped. And that's the night I met Sam, and I don't know. I guess just that night I was watching him up there, and I told my buddy, I said, "Hey, man," I said, "Watch this guy down here." You know, I mean, I grew up in the '80s, right? And I
Right.
mean, I'm watching this guy just, and everybody in the whole place is looking at him.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I've spent a lot of years looking out into the crowd to see who's looking bad,
Right.
and I see all these people are just like, yeah, you know, and I'm like, I told and David, if he was here, he would back me up on this. I told him, I said, "Hey, man, that guy's a rock star right
Uh-huh.
there," and that literally is. I think I introduced him to that night as. I think I started walking him through the crowd, playing his bodyguard, walking.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I introduced myself to him. I said, "You need to hire me,"
Right.
and that's how we became friends. And
The
here
rest
we
is-
are.
Yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Huh? Was he playing? What were you? Was that a Whiskey Kiss night?
Whiskey
That was
Kiss.
Whiskey Kiss.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's start there. What Whiskey Kiss? How long? What year did you start doing that?
I think it was 2014.
So-
That's when we started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you play in that band a few times.
Right.
I think y'all have done some Mardi Gras balls. Yep.
We did a Neptune ball a couple times and
Southernettes, I think you did.
Southern Nets.
Yeah.
I can't ever pronounce
Did y'all
the
do
name
the
of them.
LaBelle Femme ball at all? Do you remember? They all blend together. Yeah,
Like I said, I
exactly.
can't ever pronounce
So that
it,
means
though.
yeah. That means
Yeah.
That
Probably,
means
yeah.
I
Yeah.
can attest for this that there's been several people that have contacted me about Mardi Gras for
Yeah.
Sam's
Yeah.
band.
I
So,
do remember the Neptune because that one's always
and
like,
I'm almost
Yeah.
positive Southernettes. I don't know.
Was Whiskey? I never saw it. So was it a cover band, or y'all do y'all's own stuff? Or what'd y'all do?
both.
Okay.
It's a mixture.
And it was a 3-piece, wasn't it?
4.
4. Okay.
Four.
4-piece.
They actually have two? There's 2 albums out on Spotify
Mhm.
under Whiskey.
How would
Kiss.
you classify your original stuff, sound wise?
Alternative rock.
Okay.
It
All
was
right.
nothing really like our covers because it was mostly like, well, I mean, it was 80s and 90s.
Yeah, it's really
What
I
we
mean,
covered, but I
it's-
mean,
Yeah.
it was a pretty good
fantastic.
variety, honestly. We
Yeah.
did a little bit of
They
everything.
actually with one of their originals, they won the John Lennon songwriting contest that was here, and they got to record on the
Yeah,
bus.
the Battle of the Bands.
It was
yeah.
back when Crest
Oh,
Live
yeah,
was
yeah,
open.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah, I
won the
remember
Battle of
that.
the Bands. and
Okay.
I think
okay.
it was called the John Lennon, but they got to go on the bus. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool.
Josh said Whiskey Kiss is his favorite band when y'all come to the chill.
Oh, cool.
There
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, for sure. So Whiskey Kiss did that for it's still current, right? Y'all are still playing in that or no?
Not as of right now.
Okay.
We haven't been.
On
Okay.
a hiatus.
Well, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing the solo stuff as far as since?
I think coming up on 2 years now is when I did my first country song or whatever.
Yeah.
whatever.
And I love. We were talking before we went live. I asked you like who's your top favorite country or whatever, and you're like, I don't really do a whole lot of country. So how do you go from alternative cover band, rock, original Whiskey Kiss to doing? It's definitely country. It's definitely country music. How the hell did that happen?
Really, just some people are just like, have you ever just considered? You kind of sound. You have a country flavor when you play. I mean, I guess it's just for being from Mississippi.
Right.
A little bit of a draw.
We can't help it, yeah.
Right.
Born with a little hick.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, to me, still listen to it. It's like some of my rock stuff, but it's just got country elements in it.
Well,
to me.
and I think a lot of country nowadays, Joey, you could probably attest to this too. There's a lot more rock in it, right?
Well, it's a different genre than
than the old,
old,
school
you know,
It's
country.
definitely
Possum or Hank Williams
it's
or any of
definitely
that.
not
I
that.
guess the biggest thing in country music now is the genre they call outlaw country,
Right.
where it's
That's
know,
where I
Yeah, but that's
go.
not a new term. 'Cause
No.
they've been
no, but I'm saying it started with like Hank Williams Jr.
Right,
and then it's like
right.
it's the people who don't really fit into the country, like the Vince Gills and the stuff like
Right.
that. Now you're getting into your Frank Fosters, your Cody
Yeah,
Jinks,
right.
your all that stuff,
Which is
and it's-
my favorite
right.
country.
And
of all.
I do like Cody Jinks.
yeah, and that's
Oh man, I went and saw him at the Coliseum. It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
legit.
My
Very
brother
legit.
went and saw him, and he said it was like listening to the CD. It's like
Yes,
perfect.
it really was. It
Yeah.
really was. It was one of the first few country live shows like in the Coliseum that I've been to. I've seen Garth Brooks live, which is fucking ridiculous on the energy
That's
and
cool.
the just. I mean, this guy's an entertainer.
That's
Like it
cool.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Cody Jinks was my
What-
top two, I think, Spotify listen to artists or Pandora of last year. So
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. But it was a little bit more like
Low
barroom.
key,
It was
yeah.
barroom. I
My
call
brother
it- I
saw him
call
in
that.
a club
See,
setting.
I would have preferred to see him in a
I
situation.
think it was like a
that.
House of Blues type place, not as big as like a Coliseum, but
They
he
got
said it
comfortable
was
and
awesome.
messed up the camera angle.
I got
Jerry.
it. I got it.
No,
I got it.
stay comfortable.
Yeah,
Don't worry
you're
about
good.
the camera.
I'm lounging.
Yeah,
sorry.
let's lounge. Let's make it comfortable.
Well, I think I mean I'm sure I'm wrong. I'm sure there was other people before that, but I mean I think Aaron Lewis made the drift over in the country music
Yeah.
from being a rock star. There was a couple
Oh,
other ones
yeah,
that
man.
have
I have a
drifted over.
funny Aaron Lewis story, actually. Believe it or not, I was working security at the Coliseum for one of his shows, and I see this guy sitting kind of on the side of the stage, and they had the bleachers kind of pushed back up,
Right.
and he's sitting on one of the stairs, and he's kind of got his hands on the bill of his ball cap, and he's got his head down like this, and I just walked over, not thinking he was doing anything wrong, just said, "Hey, bud, you okay?"
Yeah.
You know, and looked up, it was Aaron Lewis, and he's like, "Oh man," I'm just trying to get my head together. I'm like, "Go ahead, brother."
yeah.
You know,
You be you.
it was pretty neat. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, kind of a cool guy. He's
He seems like
did
he
that
has-
crossover.
He has
You
a
know,
good time when he plays. In
I
some of
would-
the videos I've seen.
I would love to see like the because he does the acoustic stuff, for
Yeah.
country mainly. I guess he has a band sometimes, but it's mainly just him with the
Yeah, I
acoustic
think he does
guitar.
both.
But I would just love to see that crowd listen to the First Stain record or the independent First Stain
Blood
record.
Shovel.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
and just play that like super loud and just watch them all be like, "What is this shit?" It's
I'm
like,
sure it's
this
some
is
of the
where he
same
started.
fans. Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe because I mean, I could see myself going to the country.
I've seen him.
Right.
I've seen him at the Hard Rock. He's pretty good.
The country stuff?
Yeah, country
Yeah.
stuff
Okay.
is
So
not
you would
bad.
be somebody in the crowd that could tolerate it
Right.
and might actually like you.
Yeah.
Love it.
Now
But 97% of the crowd.
Now
would
I
not-
will say,
not be a
and
fan.
I don't know if this is the case with most crossovers. He almost sounds like he's trying to make himself country. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
probably
some
because
of
you're
them-
familiar with his voice before.
Right, because I know
he
him
did
as
country.
from Stain,
Right.
and I hear him screaming, and then when he tries to sing, it's kind of like, where you get that country from?
Right.
Like,
He-
do you have that in
yeah.
your back pocket
He
the
put
entire
the, he
time?
put the twang. He put the twang in it.
he
for sure.
twanged it a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, I can tell that.
He
Yeah.
definitely did. He definitely did. So somebody's like, hey, friend and fellow musicians, like, hey, have you ever thought about doing a country song?
Yeah, and I was just like, it's not a bad idea because country's so hot right now. You know,
Right,
We were
right,
just
right.
like, well, we literally just tried it for fun. We recorded a song. It was like, let's just,
I think a lot.
Who is we?
the guy I record with, Zach.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and I have a good friend in Mo Giles too. He's like, dude, you should just try one. See what it's like. Just
Yeah.
a little rock.
So you know the
rock-
Mo Giles guys. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
good friends.
Shout
with
out.
John.
Mo Giles,
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Cott band coming up soon. Just
Yeah.
announced.
Yep. Sure.
They got original songs coming out, so they're gonna be putting music out here pretty soon. We're pretty excited about that. We like John a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. He's our good friend.
Yeah. So they suggest you do a country song.
I did it, and I just sat down one day and wrote one, and I didn't think much of it at all. I was just
Yeah.
like, whatever. And I just recorded it on my phone, and I think I sent it to Cott, and I sent it to Zach, and they're like, dude, it might be pretty good. They didn't because Zach wasn't really. He's never really recorded much country music. The guy that I record with, he mostly does like, rock.
Metal, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
So-
I can tell you this. I heard it. I can tell you. I remember exactly where I heard. I was standing on the stage at Aztecas on Cinco de Mayo, and Mo Giles was playing.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
and John said, "You need to hear this."
Oh
And
yeah.
he
You
said-
heard the version. You didn't hear the voice note in my phone.
Yeah, no, I heard the I heard the final.
the
version.
produced stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The voice note in my phone wasn't as good for sure.
And we're talking about Call, correct? Just
No, I think we're talking about. I think Drive was the first one. No,
Call.
Fireflies was the first country song
Okay.
that I recorded.
Then I'm behind the times.
That's all right.
Yeah,
But
it's all
You
good.
still liked it either
We
way.
are too.
That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even remember which one I did first. It took me a second to
I
remember.
think it was Call, man. I really think it was Call.
I'd love it if Jeff's right. and
No,
you're
Call-
wrong. That would be awesome.
Call was afterwards because I remember we had some stuff going on where some people were just like, we need to record like 3 more songs right now, you know. And Call was one that I wasn't too sure.
Great video too, by the way. You guys.
I've got 2 I'm going to
Yeah.
play here, and we're
Yeah.
not going to do the whole song because Facebook sometimes will shut you down when you do that.
Right.
Because it's copyrighted.
Even though you own it.
Yeah, and there's no, and you're in the studio, and there's no way for
Everybody
me to
can
tell
go on
them.
YouTube, Sam Donald
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah, Sam Donald Music. And but Jordan Duran's in the comments. He brought up Hootie and the Blowfish. So Darius Rutger, yeah,
He did it
was
too.
Good call, Jordan.
Yeah, I
it was a
guess.
very good
yeah.
call, Jordan.
Well, let's
what-
not forget Kid Rock.
Kid Rock did it. Yeah.
That's true. That's also true. And he did damn like trashy rap. Like it was nasty. Some of the shit
I've
he was
seen
doing.
him twice.
Yeah,
he's awesome in
then,
concert.
Then to like alternative, whatever you want to call it, not new metal, but Ball with the Ball. I mean,
Yeah.
damn, that was hardcore.
Yeah.
Alternative rock, whatever. And then got into like the whatever you want to call it, like it ain't really outlaw country. It's more like where country and rock blend.
Yeah.
And it sounds great.
Oh, he got together with Hank Williams Jr. and
Hank Williams the third.
Or
Or the
third.
third. Yeah,
I
the
mean,
third.
Yeah.
they all and Aerosmith. He's been with he's teamed
Yeah.
up with everybody.
He's a massive artist.
He's an
So-
animal. Yeah. What's the difference between recording a rock song and a country song?
That's a good question.
For me,
Yeah. Is it easy? Do you go by the
it's
Three chords in the truth. Is
yeah.
that what you was gonna say?
It's exactly the same to me because to me it's always rock driven. Just the lyric content's a little deeper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because in some of the rock stuff, you can just kind of come up with a cheesy hook,
Right.
sometimes.
Right.
And with the country stuff, I feel like I have to dig a little deeper more than just like a hook. You know what I'm saying? So
so you don't follow the my dog died, my
Nah.
mom went to prison.
I haven't
we
heard
drinking
it.
whiskey.
not yet, but I'm I might get there.
Hey,
Yeah.
you got to write the tunes.
Yeah,
whatever it
right,
takes,
that's
baby,
right.
whatever
We've
it
all had a
takes.
dog die.
Yeah, right.
What's I don't know. Get Along's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
That's
I hadn't
a good
recorded
one.
that one yet.
How because I honestly don't know the answer to this. Give us the lineage of songs or EPs or your CDs. Like where are we at from country release as a solo artist?
Like time wise,
Yeah. What did you put out first? Like official release, single? Did you do singles and then
all
an EP?
singles.
Okay.
All just singles.
So haven't even to this day combined anything to a
Mm-mm.
full. Okay.
all
all
just singles. I think 2021 is when I put out Drive.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
that was
of
your-
course
was that
the
your
two Whiskey
first?
Kiss.
I think that's the first one that I released, but Fireflies was the first one that I wrote.
Okay.
Drive
Okay.
seemed to have a little more, I guess, wheels under it, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we released Fireflies second.
Well, and that's good. A good transition here because that's how I became aware of you as the solo artist. Once I was talking with Jeff about it, and then even Kevin, Special K, who I do the
Yeah.
sound with, he was like, "Yeah, he's in Whiskey Kiss." I'm like, "Well, shit, I didn't put all that together. I didn't
Yeah.
know."
You'd be amazed how many people don't. I mean,
Yeah, I just didn't.
We're
I
connecting the
didn't,
dots
have a, I
tonight.
didn't have a beard in Whiskey Kiss.
Right.
So
It's
a lot of
totally
people-
blowing me away. I was
Yeah,
like,
a
are
lot
you-
of people don't.
It's like,
recognize
Brand new man.
No, Clark
Right.
Kent when he puts
Yeah.
the glasses on. Who are you? Oh my
Right.
God! He takes the glasses off. Oh, it's
Or the little fake customized
Yeah,
nose.
with the nose and the-
when I go home, I take my beard off.
yeah,
Yeah.
set it there.
now I'm a rocker. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like it.
he puts it on the little
Yeah, on the
mannequin thing,
mantle. Yeah.
brushes it like a wig.
Yeah. But so Jeff, you shared it on one of your stories because you're active on the socials. Very impressive. I appreciate that. Way to go.
Thank you.
It helps
Uh,
a ton.
Yeah, dude. And that's what people like. We talk about it more on the Sound, the other podcast, because I'm trying to promote. We're trying to promote music.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
heavy focus of music, and we do it here sometimes
Yeah.
with like guides or fishing. Charter boat captains, but it's like you just don't understand how important that is to stay active on social media, and it is a job, it's a chore.
It is.
If you do it long enough, it kind of starts to suck.
It does suck.
It kind of can go. If you're creative and you do it the right way, it'll still be fun. But at the
Yeah.
same time, anything you piggyback on this, anything you have to be disciplined about. At some time, you get that. Well, I don't
Yeah.
want to do this anymore. Phil.
Right.
Oh,
You
yeah.
work out a lot.
Yeah,
and a
you're
lot of
pretty
your,
much every morning. You
Yeah,
have one this
yeah,
morning, last
yeah.
morning. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's-
So
talk about that, because that's how I came across Sam's
Yeah.
country stuff.
well, so it's kind of a 3-part thing for me. And I don't even know what I am for Sam. We have several titles for me. Hype man,
There you go.
roadie, security,
Bodyguard,
life
yeah.
coach.
bodyguard,
Life coach.
manager when it's important on TV or something. I mean, and of course I do help with the social media. And so the pronged attack for me is I can't sing or dance or anything like that, but I do my fitness social media.
Yeah.
Right.
And so here comes, in all of our friends that are friends with Sam and the other people in the bands, we all brag all the time about, hey, how cool is it that we can literally go run the bridge and we can listen to our friends.
Yeah.
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 Y'all have probably seen that Cedric
Yes.
from Magnolia
Yes.
Bayou.
I've known Cedric
train-
for a long time.
So he trains with me. He's up to 4 days a week now.
how did that come about?
He knows that I do it, and
Okay.
and of course I kind of do some promoting in that for Magnolia Bayou, and this
Yeah,
is
you watch
just
them play a lot. Don't you?
I watch him play a lot, and
Yeah, and people, if you're listening to this and you've never
They're
heard
legit.
of Magnolia Bayou, please go look them up
Recommend
right now
them.
on
Yeah.
whatever you use and go see them because they play local here a lot. They're a local band.
yeah, one coming up here pretty soon at Ground Zero.
Yeah,
We just promoted on our thing, but
I saw them at Ground Zero on my birthday,
Yeah.
and Kevin got them to give me a shout out on my birthday. I was super pumped. We got it recorded because I'm a huge fan of them dudes.
yeah. So Cedric we're friends, and talking about music, and he reached out to me one day and just said, "Hey, man, I want some help. I want to get myself in shape. I
Mhm,
want to be better."
mhm, mhm.
And I said, "Okay, man." And
that
kind of
shit's
how
important.
Yes.
I do with everybody, I just tell them, I say, "Right, you just got to show up," and that's my saying is just show up, and he shows up. Every
Yeah.
every day he's supposed to be there. He gets there. I tell him, I say, "I don't care if you got a toothbrush in your mouth or whatever.
Yep.
Just get here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, we were just talking about it on the way here. He's
Yeah.
like down 30 pounds, and
Damn.
Cedric
I-
is. I can tell in the
well,
photos.
yeah, you can see
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and he is one of the few people that I've ever worked with that is actually, when I say, "Okay, we're done for today, good job, go walk it out," whatever. He says, "Can we do some more?" And it's
So he's trying to eat.
well, and he's doing great. And we were just talking about this on the way up here because Sam's training his behind off right now too. We were just talking about, you think we'd be talking about we're coming on a podcast for the first time in our lives.
Really?
What should we talk about?
Really?
Oh yeah,
Oh man, we popped your podcast, Jim?
yeah, yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. No
Sweet.
lube,
Yep.
no nothing.
Sweet, nothing.
Thanks,
No.
bud.
Right in and let's go.
But-
That's how we do it.
Hey
Yeah.
man, in and out.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so uh, you would think we'd be talking about that, but Sam, we were talking about training and nutrition and that, but that it all comes together. Discipline, commitment, consistency. It all comes
Yeah.
together, and I'm pretty consistent in my social media because not only do I promote Sam and other, I've sent you some other people
Yeah.
for
Yep.
the radio station.
Yep.
But I'm, of course, promoting myself as an influencer and as somebody to, I'm a motivator. I'm not a trainer or anything like that.
Just a
He's
regular
the guy who
people.
shows up and,
Yeah.
I
and
show
does his
up
thing.
and
Yeah.
and thanks. I have to give a shameless plug out to my gym that lets me do whatever I want.
Yep.
They let me bring people in there and get them acclimated to the fitness culture. Shout out to American Top Team in DeIberville and
Yep.
Gulfport.
Yeah.
Yep.
Previously Southern Elite, for those of you that
Okay,
don't
so
know.
they officially changed the whole name. The whole gym is now called
Yeah.
that. I thought that was just the jiu-jitsu part of it.
No, so
Okay.
so those of you that don't know the history of Southern Elite, it's a pretty iconic place down here.
Mhm.
Richard Hawthorne,
Yep.
Richard had it. Yeah.
Aaron, Red Williams,
Mhm.
Kenny Davis.
Yes.
They all came together and brought that gym together. I actually worked there when it first opened up. Kenny Davis gave me a job because he hired me. It was my first job was guitars and Cadillacs when I first moved. there.
Yeah.
We
Then
talked
shout
about
out,
that.
thank you, Kenny, for
Yeah.
putting me to work twice in my life.
life.
But yeah, so that gym started off, and then I went off to do other things, and then Richard sold to
Mhm.
Alan Belcher and Robbie D'Angelo. Richard
Yeah.
went off to do his own thing, and which he's back in business now.
Yeah. He's
Shout out.
back down here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Core Strong. And listen, I'm going to talk about Richard right now.
Yeah.
So I don't forget. If there's anybody that's instrumental in my fitness, it's Richard.
Yeah.
He's the guy that got me started. Now there's a whole laundry list of people that come along with him, but he deserves recognition for
Ant?
that.
Yeah, we went
Ant.
to.
I went to school with him. I grew up with him.
Yeah, we
Same
went to high
neighborhood.
school.
Pound for pound,
City
baby.
Grove.
Pound
baby.
for
City
pound.
Grove.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
shout out Richard. I don't know if you're watching now. You're probably training somebody right now, but
He's probably deadlifting a billion pounds.
yeah.
somewhere.
So moving on. Real quick. He sold the gym to Alan and Robbie.
Yeah.
I called Robbie one day and said, "Hey man, you need somebody to come clean the toilets at the gym." I was joking, and he said, "Hey, well, come talk to me and Alan." And the next day, I know they're like, "Okay,
toilets.
here's the keys. Run with it." And thank God I had plenty of help there. But they are the guys that got me started doing the
So you
social
said
media.
Robbie.
D'Angelo.
Okay, Robbie Ellis is in there too, though.
Oh,
right?
Robbie, yeah,
Yeah.
Robbie's in there. Robbie's a great guy.
Yeah.
Movement Doc.
Movement Doctor's blowing up. Yeah.
If you guys don't follow Robbie and you want to learn about, I tell everybody there's nothing that I do that is original. Everything that I've learned and everything that I pass on to other people has come from people like Robbie Ellis,
Yeah,
Richard Hawthorne,
We had-
Alan Belcher.
we
you know.
had Robbie on the show in the studio we were at.
He
before
actually
this.
broke the record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did a 3.5 hour podcast, and look, Joey and I, when we were done, and it was great. Like the conversation never paused.
Yeah, we
went,
just rolled through it.
Yeah,
And
he's one of the
if-
smartest guys I know.
If you want to
Yeah.
get inside his head a little bit, go back and listen to that. Anybody that's listening to this right now, go back and look it up.
I get it. Man, I hate to keep gassing up this gym, but
No,
I
that's
literally
what we're
just
here for.
I just
Yeah.
literally preached this on one of my morning TikTok. Get your ass out of bed and go to the gym. Or with Cedric, I said, surround yourself with good people. I mean, motivated people, and I have just lucky that I just kept showing up in
Yeah.
a place where there are people like Robbie Ellis and
Yeah.
Alan Belcher and Richard
Yeah.
Hawthorne and Aaron Williams and all. I mean, there's a laundry list of who's who of world champions and gold medalists and all kinds of stuff that train in that gym is in D'Arville, Mississippi.
Yep.
And I just keep showing up there, and I keep telling people, man, all you got to do is show up.
Just
You're
show
going to
up.
get better by osmosis, man. You know what I mean? So,
Well, I think a lot of especially tour, like when we're talking about tour, I know you kind of like you're around here. I saw a couple tour dates where you're going to Florida and
Mhm.
stuff like that. The big tour, I'm sure, is what you're shooting for, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. So a lot of guys, instead of now staying out drinking all night, they're waking up doing CrossFit in the morning.
If you
They're
see
waking
Graham
up
Ray.
lifting. They're waking
Uh,
up doing all that.
Tim
stuff, you know what I'm saying?
McGraw, and Zach Brown is the two that pop into my head. Tim McGraw is like,
hey, have y'all seen Zach Brown?
Yeah,
Like,
he's
I
jacked.
literally,
He's
Yeah,
yoked.
jacked.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
he is
Yeah.
bad, dude.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
hit the comments real quick. We had let's see, where do we go? Derek Pardo said that you're a great musician and a legend in the making.
Oh man,
And Derek,
I love
that's
Derek.
compliments coming from Derek because he's written a lot of good stuff.
he's actually part of the reason that I moved to the coast.
Really,
Yeah.
How's that? How do you know him?
I moved down here to play in a band called Together Tomorrow.
I know that band.
Yeah, I was in that band too.
Okay, yeah. That's like 2006, right?
I can't remember. I
I know.
played
Back in
during
the Thunders days.
Yeah, I remember that name.
Yeah, we played at
I-
Thunders
yeah, I remember
a
that
couple
name.
of times.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had
Kevin would know.
a
Yes.
we had a management
he's
deal.
I know that
Yeah.
name. I remember.
We had a management deal through Derek. We were recording with him and recording songs, and we were pushing out songs to labels and stuff back
Yeah.
then. But
Yeah.
we were recording with him, and he was producing all of our stuff. So
Okay, yeah.
we go pretty far back with Derek.
touching the mic.
I know it.
It's so loud.
It's so loud.
Just don't touch it. So all you gotta do is don't.
I'm
touch
moving it, bro.
All right, don't touch it.
I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
It's
It's your
doing a
beard,
good.
though.
It's doing a good
Is
job.
it- what does it sound like if you lick it?
Well,
Yeah.
you could be the first one on the show
It'll
to
go,
do that.
"Woohoo."
Yeah.
I doubt I'm the first. I've seen who else you've had on this
That's
show.
true.
I doubt
Also
I'm the
true.
first.
Also true. Yeah, though he's people that don't know, Derek wrote the whole that whole
Adam Schiff.
Adam Schiff
Adam
first
Schiff.
record.
Oh,
If
Pimp
you-
and Fight.
If you're from the coast and you've never listened to that record, you're really
You've
shooting
missed out.
yourself. You're really
Joey?
shooting yourself in the foot. Him and
And
Chad Kent. And,
go to
Nick-
Ocean Springs right here to the
Nathan.
church, and you can see Chad Gray.
Yeah.
Chad Kent.
Chad Gray is in my vein.
Yeah, you can see him put
Is
up.
that Joey
Me and my
Colbert
wife go
and
there.
Adam Schiff?
We-
Chad Kent.
Yeah,
And Joey.
Gilbert joined
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
later?
Kent
Okay.
plays the drums at the church.
Yeah.
and he kills it.
Me and my
And
wife go
I'm-
there. And we
I'm
see
like,
him play. I
look,
was
I'm like this,
"Is
like
that
Avery.
Chad?"
Yeah, we're sitting here singing the music, and I'm like, Avery, watch the drummer.
It was
watch
the
drummer."
most
And he's like,
Dude, it
he's
was
got his hair
yeah.
blowing in the wind. I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's
yeah,
the
for
most-
Jesus.
pumped up worship song I've
Right,
ever heard.
yes,
It was
right.
great.
You're like, I didn't know Jesus could rock this.
Yeah,
hard, dude.
Jesus.
Their
Soldier.
praise band is awesome.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they really are good.
So speaking of musicians and people working out, the music director for First Baptist Biloxi was came and trained with me for quite some time at
So you're just getting all the musicians
Who is
around here
that?
jacked.
Right.
Todd.
Okay, I don't know that one. I know the one at the what's the dome looking.
First Baptist
Church.
Biloxi is the big one on Pass.
Yeah, huge one right there on
Yeah,
the interstate. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you watch them every Sunday.
Yeah.
The dome, those you're talking
And-
about the one.
well, who
on,
else have it-
Pops Ferry?
All right, so my good buddy Red lives in Tulsa. He was the actually he's playing with Josie Scott right now.
Okay,
But he was
We had him on
Adelita's Ways guitar tech. He trained with me, took my class. Graham Ray, who you're playing with tomorrow.
Okay.
Graham came and trained with me every morning, 6 a.m. gig or no gig, and came.
You do have all
when-
the musicians now. That I
Yeah.
think about it.
yeah.
So
yeah.
you said you're not a trainer, but you're training.
So
How's
okay,
that work?
so right now I'm not because I'm not employed by the gym right now. Everything I do right now is just I'm working out with my friends.
Right.
When I was employed there, I had an actual class, and had people that would come and meet clients and stuff like that. But I'm not employed there anymore, so I don't charge it money or anything. These guys come and work out with me, and I say, hey, if you show up and you're here, you
Right.
So you just put a workout on the board. It's the same workout you're doing, and they just jump in.
yeah,
with you.
and it's not even that technical, man. Like I say, just show up and we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
You know, at a certain point, you just get up and move. You
Yeah,
know, and you just
yeah.
go through the motions. You know what you need to do, and
What's your deal with health and fitness like that? Have you always been into that, or is that something that came at a certain
man. So
point in your
yeah,
life?
so yes, no, yes, no.
Well, so that's
To-
normal. Yeah.
Okay, so what ended up happening is after I moved down here to the coast, which is a great place. Any of my friends that are watching, hopefully,
Yeah, there's a
from
few
oth-
people in here. Yeah.
from other places, and they'll tell you that I say all the time, say what you want, but nobody retires and moves up north.
Correct.
That's
and
true.
It's too cold and the food
I
sucks.
was just on. Hey, I literally was just on the phone for a half hour from my buddy. It was his 50th birthday. He just got back from Cabo San Lucas
Yeah.
and showed up in Utah, and there's like 6 feet of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
They
Who
just-
wants to go there?
and he was,
No,
we're on the
not
phone, and he's like, I can't believe this. And I said, that's why I live here. I said, I have peppers growing in December right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Now, that's
what was
about
the
to
question?
change,
I digress.
yeah,
What
how
was-
you
How'd
got
you got
into-
into fitness?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have a choice. I got to be honest with you. I mean, at one point, I was well over 300 pounds.
No way.
And-
Really?
yeah.
No
I-
way.
If you look at my morning TikTok this morning, at the end is today's Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. think
Yeah. So in the fitness world, this is Transformation Tuesday, where
Yeah.
people who just literally
300
you got to
Or leg day.
300
or leg day. It
pounds.
was leg day as well. We was just talking about that on the way over here. He's like,
Listen,
man, my legs are killing
Listen,
me."
listen, this is a funny story. I had a buddy of mine at work. He's just started working out. He wanted to lose a little bit of
Mhm.
weight. And he was like, I need a trainer because I don't know what to do. And this guy, he's quick. He was like, I don't know what to do. He's like, I'm not sure, like the exercises. I don't know when to skip leg day. Like, I'm not sure. And I was like, that was good.
That's
That was
fantastic.
good. And you're not even working out
You
yet. You
can
already know
never
that.
He's
joke?
already there.
leg
You already
day.
know
Tell
that.
me he's
joke?
already
Yeah, I was
halfway
like,
there.
You're there, dude. You're there.
Yeah.
I don't know when to skip
Yeah,
leg day.
no, honestly, man, like, and this is, I don't think it's a big secret that I was a big time heavy drinker,
Mm.
and I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry for
I used to
offering
tell
you one.
everybody they didn't
Yeah,
have
my
a
bad.
no, it's totally okay because it's part of it. But I used to tell everybody they didn't keep a booth for me at the Chill because they liked me. It's because of the exorbitant
Amount of
amount of
Yeah,
alcohol
yeah.
I consumed in the big bar tabs. And I'm saying that I love those guys there.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah,
people
yeah.
that work there, great staff.
Yep.
The IP.
That was the place. I don't get to
Yeah.
go out as much.
Oh,
anymore.
man.
I hung out with Bubba this weekend. Kate, you know Bubba?
Oh, yeah.
That's your cousin.
That's my cousin.
Next time, Bubba
yeah.
used to write down my hotel room number because I just check in and stay there. I'm not going anywhere after.
Right.
And Bubba's, what's your room number, man?
Right on your hand.
They come at the end of the night.
342.
End of the night. All right, man.
Yeah.
What room? Through? Yeah, it's a true story. I
Yeah.
mean, and I say it jokingly now. It's not funny because
No, but
Yeah.
you lived and learned.
lived and learned. Yeah, and I just finally, when I hit, at a certain point, you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Change it.
Everybody's
So-
got to hit their
hit-
wall, their rock bottom. or whatever
woke
you
up
wanna call
one
it.
morning and it was time to change and literally started down at Front Beach, just walk as far as I could, sit down. I had to stop looking at the scale at 300 pounds. I know that's when I stopped looking
Right
because
on.
it was just like I was so disgusted, man.
Wow, that's weird.
Damn.
I mean, anybody that's ever no, I haven't been that way my whole life. That literally is 100% me, just not giving an F anymore.
right.
And just like, let's go, buddy. Party.
Yeah,
And that's and so when you stop doing that, you start look back and you look at all the time you wasted and all that shit.
Yeah,
and,
you realize
and
how
then,
good it feels.
I mean, he knew me during my prime. I mean, I
Yeah.
never was. It's not like I was, you know, falling down, throwing up in the plant or anything.
Right,
you
right,
know,
right.
but-
I saw a picture of us together not too long ago, and I was like, I had to do a double take.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. There's one of me and Huff and
half the size.
me and Huff and
Mikhail.
Mikhail and
Mikhail.
you, where we're standing along at the chill
that guy.
at the ramp where the bands go up and down. We're all standing
Yeah.
there. Somebody took a picture of us stand next to each other, and I'm like
half the aisle.
like I'm twice as wide as everybody else that's standing there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a picture of me standing next to Jordan Champagne. Y'all, I mean, you know how big Jordan is.
Yeah.
There's a picture, and I'm literally as wide as he is. Now Jordan's 6'4", so
Right.
I mean, but I'm literally as wide. I used one of those as my before and after.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was about 30 seconds
So
from a heart attack in that picture. I think.
At that time, you weren't skilled in fitness or anything.
Oh,
like
I
that?
was. I knew. Yeah,
Because like you said, it was up and down. You had
man,
already
it,
worked
look,
out before.
100% self-inflicted. There's no excuses. I
Just got lazy, fell off the.
Just got lazy.
Yeah.
It sneaks up on you though all of a sudden,
So
right?
yeah, so what ends up happening? You work your whole life. You work hard. You get to a point where you kind of don't have to bust your ass every single day.
So you
Right.
get
And
complacent.
so you're like,
Yeah.
whoo, I made it. And
Yeah.
then you get at that point, you get so used to that. Man, I'm not
Laid
gonna
on
lie.
the couch.
I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of fun. I mean, I have more fun now because now I'm in much better shape. Now I can keep up. I'm not hungover.
Feel better.
I mean, I think I told Tammy the story a long time ago when I was trying to convince him to let me hang around. Yeah, but no, I literally back in those days, there's times I didn't even come out of my room. I wouldn't come up, down until the band started.
Yeah.
Because there was no any other reason for me to come out of there because I was sitting in the room. Room service brings liquor up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Laying in the bed, watching
laying in-
TV,
watch-
drinking and eating.
man, leaving Las Vegas. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
So that, and I don't look. I say that tongue in cheek. It is not and I don't promote that lifestyle to
No. But
anybody.
it's part of your story.
But I also don't have anything against people who do drink or anything. I mean, I'm around people who drink all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
And a lot worse, you know. So I mean,
yeah. Well, kudos to you for being able to handle
Absolutely.
that too, so.
oh man, there's
You've been around some drinking people.
Some drinking
that's for sure.
fools.
woo, boy, I've been
What I mean-
partaking too.
Well,
He's
that's usually where I mean most of the where you play is in bars.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so you
He's
got to
been
deal with
He's
it.
been to Key West with us. So
A couple
Oh,
times.
I love Key West.
he's,
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something, and this is for anybody watching right here. If you ever get invited to go to Key West with a rock band,
Do it.
I don't care if you have to sell a kidney to get the money. Go because
You got another one.
it's yeah,
Right.
you got another one, and it's bucket list stuff. It really is. And
Yeah.
look, it's not Madison Square Garden,
Right.
but you know what? For a guy like me, and it's been time of my life. I tell everybody that. I brag about it all the time.
Hell yeah.
So much so, I'm trying to get other bands to go down there so I can go with them.
Yeah.
True
So-
story.
So speaking of music, when you're playing out with your solo stuff, what's the setup like? You got bass player because you play acoustic guitar, right? Live,
Yeah.
right? Drummer, bass player.
drummer, bass player, acoustic, and guitar. I mean,
So
actually,
you got a rhythm guy.
I mean, I haven't even played a full show.
Okay, so
I'm
it's just
just
been you and the acoustic so far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Brennan.
mainly.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Brennan plays too. We play a duo together. That's more of my rock band, Class Kings.
You got a lot of shit going on.
That's dude,
Yeah.
it's like everywhere.
Let's. I'll tell you what we can do. I've got it queued up. I put this out. Pulled it up earlier. I told you I got 2 of your songs.
Okay.
It's only a minute because, like I said, I learned.
Facebook's gonna bring us.
Well,
in
I
jail.
learned this on the sound. They'll shut you down real quick or mute your shit.
Gotcha.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a minute 17 of one song and 54 seconds of the other one. So pretty much it's verse chorus, one
Cool.
verse, one chorus.
That's all you need.
And they'll be able to see the video and hear the song, and then we can talk about it after. I think it's fitting to start with Drive. That's the name of the song, correct?
Yep.
Drive. Because that's the one, Jeff, that you shared
Mhm.
on your Instagram story. And I had no clue it was you and no clue you were local. Instantly jumped on there, downloaded it. I was like, this is the shit. We were
Yeah.
building out the radio
Put
station.
it on the
I
app.
instantly put it
Yeah.
on, and then I found out you're local. I'm like, what?
I saw you
is
at
going
Juke
on?
Joint.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, what's going on here? This guy's local. I'm like, well, we got to get him on. And then I found you're a Whiskey Kiss, and I've seen you play 1,000 times. But I'm like, this is great. So anyway, This is Sam Donald. The song is Drive. It's the first one that you released.
Yeah.
Okay. And what year did this come out? Just for people that don't know.
2021.
2021. So it's about a year old.
Yep.
About a year old. So let's check it out real quick.
Early 2021, I think.
And let us know what you think. Stay tuned. We're coming right back. Hold on.
Broken bottles, filled up ashtray, smoky rooms with nobody listening. Pour my heart into an empty room for a couple of shots or a clap or two. Everybody knows my face, but nobody seems to know my name. Memories made easily fade. So I drive all night, it makes me feel alright. I got my tires on the pavement, doing 85. I got my windows down and my radio up. Another 100 miles till the sun comes up. Life is always gonna change its lane, so you gotta be ready for an open highway. Got my windows down, radio up. Another 100 miles till the sun comes up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that was Sam's song. Like I said, that was only the verse and the chorus. That song was Drive, and he's in the restroom right now. He's currently indisposed.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is let's play one more, and I think this is his latest release. Came out in August per his Facebook page, if I got all this right. It's called Drunk Dialing.
Yep, Drunk Dialing. Yep.
So you might can relate to that. I don't know.
I've done it once a bunch of times,
but not now. That's what I was thinking. I was watching. I'm like, I'm old now. Married with kids. We don't get to. You know.
Well, that's called Uber now.
Well, drunk dialing, I think, refers to like calling girls.
Calling an old
like that was in your 20s. You know, at least.
Yeah,
or
maybe
earlier.
if I had a phone, I had a pager.
Yeah, in your 20s? No, you had a phone, dumbass.
I had a girlfriend in my 20s.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's not my wife.
Right. All right. So this is Drunk Dialing. Sam's back. We'll talk to him about both the songs when we get back.
My buddy Nate's
check
wife.
All right, we're back. So that was Drunk Dialing, Sam Donald. We were talking while we were listening to it. So let's start at Drive because, again, that's the one we're playing currently on the Brownwater Banter app. If you haven't downloaded it, go download it.
Now,
so how did that song come about? Did it start with a guitar riff and then lyrics or what? Walk us through the progression.
Basically, just that little guitar picking you hear at first. I was just sitting.
Acoustic guitar, right?
Yeah, just sitting on my couch and just like, it's kind of catchy. I've played that 1,000 times before, but like a little melody came to my head, and I don't know. I just kind of mapped out like a plan for it, like a little scheme, and let's see here. What was I saying
about Drive? How it came about?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, that's what we're here for. Very professional.
But,
right.
But yeah,
on the rails.
It's
He's a
really
musician. His
it's
mind
really,
goes all over the place.
It's really just about any musician that's played in bars, because the first line is like broken bottles, empty trays, all that. And it's about just playing to, sometimes you have to play to nobody, and like being on the road and just how driving.
Cutting your teeth.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes just driving always just, even if it was like a crappy show, it's just like drive always somehow just made it feel good and fun. You know?
It is weird. Sometimes you'll go one night and we'll be in there and
it'll be crazy.
It'll be crazy. I mean, it'll be off the rails, and we'll be like so much so that I'm like looking at him going, yeah, this is fun, and we're having a great time. And and then you'll go the next night, and it's like
All right.
there's two people.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
And everybody who's a real like the if you know of an artist that's made it to the national level or whatever, every one of them have that story.
oh yeah.
Yes.
Every single one of them.
And
have
going
that
back
story.
and forth too. I've heard
Yes.
like, man, last year we were playing shows at this arena, and this week we're playing a string of bar gigs.
Yeah.
So we got in the comments here, we got Jordan Duran says he loves it. All right,
thanks,
and then Cassius said so hot. Culpepper said so hot. So I got a funny story.
That sounds
I
like
went and
something Cash
saw
would say.
I went and saw Kingfish at Ground Zero.
So good.
Holy shit, what a show!
I heard it
But
was the bomb.
it was like what
Cassius just played there too.
he
played there
opened-
that
well,
week.
this is a story.
Oh, he
though.
opened for him?
No, he didn't.
Oh.
He didn't. The Sire guy, Eric Johansson.
Oh, no way.
on his blue stuff did.
Was it fire?
Oh, it was amazing. The whole night was amazing.
God.
So look, anyway, Jordan, you're in the comments still listening to this, and Cassius knows what I'm talking about. So I'm been drinking at the show, right? And here comes Cassius walking by, and it's loud, it's playing, and I grab him, and I've talked to him a few times before, and I'm like, hey man, what's up? And he's like, hey, what's going on? It's like, look, because I was like, hey, I was like,
Right.
I need some original music from you because I'm trying to get your shit on my app.
Already
And
told
I-
him that.
I know. And I'm like, but I need it now. He's like, all right, man. He's a great guy, right? Super
Oh
nice.
yeah.
And I'm like, listen, I know you've already been on Jordan Duran's podcast, Jordan and Matthew, and they suck. I was like, their podcast sucks. George's a friend of mine. I was like, you need to come on Brownwater. You need to talk about your music.
Already
and,
did
and
that.
like, it's so loud in there, and he's like trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, okay,
And
cool.
I was like, all right, I'll talk to you later. And afterwards, I was like, why did I? This is like super loud. Why did I do that to him just now? I mean, I meant it, and we do want him on the show, but I kind of like verbally accosted him and made fun of Jordan at the same time. So, Jordan, I love you.
Well, I'm
That
all
sounded
good
kind of
with-
like an apology. I don't
I'm
know.
all
No, it
good
was
with
not
that.
an apology.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it was not an apology.
I'm all
Sounds
good
like
with
something Cash
Cassius.
would do, actually.
Yeah, right.
If we make fun of Jordan, I'm good with that too.
We'll just have Jordan and Matthew both in when Cassius comes in. So.
They got to sit on the couch.
That's fine. That's fine. So anyway, all right. So that song's great. It's playing on the app right now. You've got a few that you've released since then. But we played Drunk Dialing. Let me go back, right? Drunk Dialing?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right there. Okay, so give us a little breakdown on that. When you were in the restroom, I was telling Joe, when I was watching that on YouTube today, I'm like, Drunk Dialing, I definitely remember that, but I'm old as shit now.
Yeah,
so like
we're old.
that was like maybe in the early 20s or something like that, where
It's
you know,
actually a way older song.
For
like,
you- even
several
for
years.
you?
It was
Yeah.
like way back in the voice note section. I came back across it, and I was like,
oh, so you have that on your phone as well?
"Yeah,
The voice memo where it's just
somewhere
50,
Dude,
60,
he's got
70, 80?
he's got a stack
Yeah.
this
Dude,
this
you
high.
wouldn't."
Is that where you
You
keep
wouldn't
most of it?
Oh, every
Yeah,
yeah.
I've
I mean,
just-
I got
I
one
have
myself, with just
so-
acoustic shit. That's
Yeah.
just
I've got 4
old.
songs on my phone
I have
of
so,
him playing them on videos that I'm like,
it's unreal, man. I have
Yeah.
so many bad ideas. in
We
here.
talking about
no,
we talking
these
about-
are good
We
songs.
were talking about Adam Ship earlier. Roy Williams. Was
yeah.
there.
Roy
He
is
played-
in there.
Me and Roy and I played music together. And,
Oh, cool.
He was the first one that I ever like noticed. Like he had an iPhone that he had outgrown. Like it was like the iPhone 2 or some stupid shit. But he kept it, and he would be like, well, we'd be practicing or writing or doing whatever. And he'd be like, hold on, and he'd have just voice note 1 to voice note
Dude, I can show
65,000.
you, man. That's
That he just would scroll through and be like, look, this one. And he knew where they were, which was crazy because they weren't in folders and they weren't named. He'd be like, hold on,
yeah, that's how mine are.
this one. And I'm
I
like,
have one
damn.
here from last night actually, but it's like,
Flash it to that camera right over there by Joey's shoulder. You can't see it.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
glare.
half a hundred.
Yeah, but it's a lot.
It's
yeah,
a lot.
It's a
It
ton.
goes.
Well, I mean, I guess that's what I mean. Artists, you got to tiptoe. So like, you'll find inspiration, write half a song, put it down. The next day you'll come
Yeah,
back,
you
hit
can
it,
always
write half
come
a
back.
song, and then you'll come back to it and make it one full song. And
It's usually people always ask what I listen to, like when I drive, and it's usually voice notes.
Of your shit?
Yeah,
Me too.
trying to
It's
put
like
songs
I-
together.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it just the guitar and then you're trying to write vocals
I
to
usually
it, or
have
is
a
it all
melody.
that you sung along with it?
Yeah, and I'll try to
Okay.
think of lyrics and stuff. Usually, that's actually I think where I wrote the lyrics to Drive. Was driving.
When you are, and I'm sure it varies, but are you a guitar riff first, then melody, and
Used to be, but lately I've been trying to do it, just change it up a little bit. Trying to do
sing something
Lyrics
first and then
first.
play to it?
lyrics first. Like I just had a son back in July, and
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your life's over, but keep going.
but
Oh, he already knows.
Way to go.
Way to screw it up. No,
Yeah.
just kidding, just kidding.
my wife was kind of putting the pressure on me. She's like, "Are you gonna write a song for him?" Just messing with me.
Yeah.
And like I was writing stuff, and it just wasn't good.
Yes,
I was
yes,
like,
like,
this
this
is not good.
sucks.
So one night I actually I didn't have it was in my voice note, or not voice notes, but like my notepad, and I just like wrote a letter out one day, and the next day I went down and cut some stuff out and put it all together. And
So you started with the lyrics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I like that technique. It's the first time I've ever done it. So
That's
You
different.
think that's easier than writing the riff and then
there's
putting
no
the
way.
vocals?
There's no way that's easier.
I've always done riff or
First.
guitar
Yeah.
first and melody, and then put lyrics. But I don't know.
I grew up in the time before heavy YouTube, so you couldn't just look shit up, you know, like you can now. Like
you don't have an
you
Encyclopedia Britannica?
Yeah, you could,
Britannica?
but I'm saying like
Britannica?
nowadays you can watch every band, especially with TikTok and shit. Every band that's ever recorded anything coming up, you're gonna be able to see when they started it, when they the first time they ever played it. It's gonna be documented. But like for me, like writing music, I didn't know for the longest time that professional musicians did it this way too. I thought I was just weird, but like you come up with a guitar part, or your guitar player comes up with a guitar part and they give it to you, and you try to start singing to it, and maybe you got 3 words, and maybe some of it's 3 words, and then ha ba 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 da ba da, you know, and then to watch James Hetfield do that,
scat, or they scat over it.
Scat, exactly what it's called, like scat talking. And I was like, oh wow, okay, and it makes so much sense because to me the melody is the most important,
the drive.
But then you say that
I've always thought that way too.
Yeah, but lyrics are super important too. But it starts with the melody, right? Because the melody is the flow over the song.
Right.
That has to fit. Then you can pepper the words in. So to do it the reverse, that seems to me is not easy.
It came pretty easy. But I mean, it that one time it did.
Right.
It doesn't always.
Like you said, you got to mix it up. You got to make it.
And that goes back to the like doing the rock and the country. Like with the country stuff, the lyrics are a little more deeper than like some of the pop rock stuff I was doing. The content wasn't as deep for that, you know.
Right. It doesn't need to be.
It's more melody based.
You're just trying to hear the
right, yeah,
Yeah.
and put some kind of catchy.
I mean,
melody.
Motley Crue, you know, I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Right.
I think on the Class Kings album, I mean the lyrics are pretty.
They're okay.
They're good. I mean, I love them. They're great lyrics.
I know what you're saying though. It's not like your rock stuff doesn't have time or thought put into the lyrics. It's it's just a little different with country.
Different.
It's a different vibe,
right?
And
I think that's what I was going with my country stuff. I was just trying to dig a little deeper for myself, just to make it a little more country, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
And so you said you've only put out singles country, right?
Yeah.
Is the album in the future?
Maybe.
Drive. I mean, Drive shows up on Spotify, I think, as an album. Like if you save the Drive, then it has the underneath them.
Maybe. I don't do any of that stuff.
Because there's like High in the Clouds is on there.
Let's put it like
Get
this.
Out of Town.
How many singles do you have out right now available to listen to?
I think it's 5 on there right now.
Is that on Spotify? All 5 of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's 5 or 6.
Stand by.
Yep. We're looking it up. That's the beauty of the.
All right. So you have Drive.
We just did all the Class King stuff too. Like we just released it. So
right. So you've got you've got Drive, Get Out of Town, Drunk Dialing, High in the Clouds, Fireflies. And then if you go over to Class Kings, you have 5 songs on Class Kings as well on California Killer.
Where
I'm in the dark. What's Class Kings?
That's the band before I went solo.
Okay. So is it still country?
No, it's
alternative rock.
Alternative rock. Yeah.
All right. So Sam Donald is
that was
5 songs.
It was the first band that I started where I was like, because I've mostly always been a guitar player, and I was like, I'm gonna try to sing in a band, and
that's crazy. Because
we're glad he did.
Yeah, really. The
it's really good. I play it I use it all the time on my social media stuff.
Yeah, you do, which is cool. You said you're cool talking about the process there with Drunk Dialing. And so you have a producer that you work with. You said
Zach Keel.
Zach Keel. Where's he out of?
New Orleans.
Okay, all right. So you've worked with him plenty of times, and he did Drive for you.
He did all the Class King stuff. Like we started doing rock together.
Okay,
that's how we started, and then somebody was like, "You should try to do a country song."
Yeah,
and I shot the idea to him. He was like, "Well, we can try it," you know.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know. We'll try it.
Let's try it. We'll see what happens. And but yeah, we did that. But that one song you're talking about, Drunk Dialing,
which is your newest release, correct?
Yeah.
Said August, and it was on your Facebook
it was.
page.
Like I was told you a second ago, I was thinking about not even releasing it because I just was never too crazy about it personally. So I sat
and you have that with songs, right? There's some songs that you'll love, and some
I sat on it about a year. It was just sitting in my email, and then I actually showed it to my wife, and she's like, "Why don't you release this? Like, it's really good, you
Yeah.
know?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well, do you have a group of people that you sit down and say, "Do you like this?
I
do you
do.
not like this?"
"Yeah, I've got
Is
some people I
your-
send stuff to,
your
and
team and say, "Hey, do you like this? Do you not like this?"
people
Yeah.
that'll tell me."
Yeah,
Yeah,
the truth.
Yeah,
the truth.
because I need.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, because I want to know. 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't-
Yeah.
Before
But-
it hits the interwebs.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I kind of kept this one to myself for a while because I was just like, because the way I was telling you that I recorded, I didn't record this one with Zach.
Yeah, talk to us about that.
It's a company called Tune Designer, and basically you just send them a demo. I like have a little studio, so I just did like a raw take of me playing and singing, and I sent them the song, and they.
And it was a full song when you sent it?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, it was
start-
all mapped out structure wise.
yeah.
Everything was the way it was supposed to be done, and they just went through and professionally recorded everything, like
Yeah.
put steel guitar. And this was when I was really. This is more of like, I guess it has more of like a real kind of a countryer sound.
A little
Yeah,
twang.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
a twang in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And you never met these guys? You just saw them on the
no,
internet?
and they're really cool guys. I mean, they actually go live all the time recording people's songs. I watched them record my song live. They went live.
Damn, that's cool.
It was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
and
that's
do it
cool.
remotely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because that's like
Y'all need
double.
to get that on the
That's
sound.
double dipping because now you're paying me to record your song. Then
And
I'm
I'm
getting
blasting it out,
awareness
yeah.
of me actually recording your song.
Right. It's a really cool process.
Yeah.
But they sent me the track back, and like I said, I just cut the vocal at my house. Like I just did it myself. I think that's why I didn't like it as much because I'm used to like having somebody tell me what to do on my takes or
Right,
what's
right.
a keeper
Which is-
and what's not.
Which is a real part of the
Yeah.
process. I mean, that's what a
So
producer's
I'm-
for.
I just did the vocal at my house in like 20 or 30 minutes, and I was like, I guess this is okay. And I
Here we go.
and I sent it back
We're
to
gonna
them,
see.
And,
Yeah.
and like 2 days later, they sent it back to me, and I was like, it's all right, I guess. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
That
good.
happens a lot. He's.
But-
Oh, you're
I
always the
literally
artist
watched
on
him
yourself.
record at his. I watched him record it at your other house that was not too far from here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And sat up. I went up to spend a day up there and
Cheers, thinking.
what
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, bring it
cutting
up. Bring it back up.
his stuff that he had going on, and I mean, it sounds just as good as anything else I've ever
You're
heard.
always
you know?
your own worst critic.
Yeah,
so they
that's
say.
for sure.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
and that's why I asked about because your wife said that, and your wife's always going to be your biggest fan, supportive. So who's the guy who says, "Man, that sucks"? Do you have one of those guys on your team?
Yeah, I mean, the guy,
Yeah.
definitely the guys, Zach, that I record with, he'd be like, keep working.
Yeah, you're not
We're
quite
actually-
there yet.
Not quite there
We,
yet,
we
buddy.
have a song right now that I have all the music done for it, and like we had a chorus for it, and I've been working on it for like a month, and he's still just like, you know.
Yeah.
But he lets me know, man, I don't want to record any.
Well,
Well,
you
no,
want
you
that.
know?
You want
Yeah.
that guy to say, "Hey, man, I
Yeah.
gotta keep pushing."
So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate it though. I want people to. tell
Oh,
me
he,
if it's
he has
us.
no lack of people that keep
Yeah,
pushing him. Poor
yeah, I have
guy.
people that keep me.
Well,
keep
you
me
got
straight.
you always got to have that one rude friend.
Well, you don't want a bunch of yes men telling you, "Oh,
Yes.
that's great,
You
that's
got to
great."
have the truth.
Because the internet nowadays and social media will tell you real quick, which they're going to tell you it sucks, even if it's a great song.
Yeah.
You have to go off of percentages.
That's true. Yeah,
I mean, that's just how it is. But yeah, you definitely want to try
Can't
to
please
get,
everybody. That's
yeah,
for sure.
you got to nitpick it before you put it out. So,
Yeah.
what's the plans moving forward, man? What do you got on the horizon for people that listen to the show tonight, hear it on the replay? They want to come check you out. Are you juggling all the different bands that you have, or are you
Yeah.
focused? Oh, you are. Okay.
I'm
Alright.
I'm playing with a bunch
Graham.
of different people.
Graham tomorrow.
Well, I'm playing with Graham tomorrow, and
Glory to God.
but like I said earlier, I've been just playing these songs, my solo songs, just at acoustic shows. And as I
Where
do,
at mainly? Juke joint.
Oh, I've seen it.
Juke joint.
The poster you have, Gulfport, Biloxi. You
Yeah.
got a few out of state, Alabama,
Yeah.
Destin.
during the
stuff like that.
summer, we play out in Florida a lot more. When it's summertime, but
Yeah.
During times like this, we play more local and stuff. So
Where are you
Juke
hitting
joint.
like a julep room ever, or
I've never actually played there. I've heard about it.
It's a
I've
sweet
been,
It's
room.
awesome.
It's a
Yeah.
sweet room. It's tiny. I'm talking about as big.
oh,
as
I've
this.
been in there.
It's as
I've
big
been-
as this
Yeah,
table.
yeah.
I barely remember it, but I've been in there.
That's how you know you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this-
But yeah, Juke Joint, Glory Bound, Lady May.
Okay.
also, we've got Kevin's getting. I think you got an opening coming up for.
Yeah. He told Kevin
Oh,
told
yeah,
me that
yeah.
he booked you. He's
Yeah,
got you
yeah.
booked
He
on
got
some
booked,
stuff. Is
and
that
then-
at the cannery or something? Where
And
At
that
the-
will be an all original show.
original.
So just a 45
the-
minute set of just that stuff.
Just your 5. What do you
Yeah.
what do you play? You play covers to fill?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
do a lot
Alright.
of cover stuff.
All right.
Country stuff.
Yeah.
Everything.
everything.
Oh, okay. So,
Rock,
okay.
rock
If
classic
you've
rock.
ever, I mean, if you want to hear a really cool acoustic version of Voodoo Chow,
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
stuff
Do you
I
play
mean-
it left-handed?
plays behind his back like this.
You light it on fire
Yeah,
every time.
So
Yeah,
he's
you
like,
never-
I gotta get another guitar. Damn it.
You never
Yeah.
know. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Dude, thank y'all for coming by tonight.
Yeah,
man,
I
it was a
feel
killer
like, I feel like
show.
we covered
It
the
was
topic.
awesome.
Jeff, keep showing up, brother.
Hey,
Huh?
every day,
Every
you
day.
got to.
Keep showing up. Where do we send the people? Where are you most active online? We know Spotify, they can look you up.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
Uh,
doing a lot of TikTok stuff right now.
Okay.
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
They kind of all go. We
Tik-
should try to share 'em.
TikTok's my biggest thing right now because I like playing stuff and putting it on there. I feel like
Yeah.
it's a
Like
good-
at your house.
Yeah,
or-
I've got like a little studio set up at my house and I record songs and post them.
Sam
up
Donald
and-
on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Sam-
then you're
Sam Donald
running
Music.
Okay.
Instagram,
Sam Donald Music.
Facebook, all this other stuff.
TikTok. Well, I got on TikTok because
I
of
got
him.
on there.
Yeah, he got me on there, and I fall into the Generation X
Yeah.
category, which
Yeah.
is actually kind of cool. And then Instagram and Facebook. I don't do the Twitter thing. Do you do Twitter?
Mm-mm.
We
I don't-
do
I-
Twitter.
You're on Twitter right now, so that's cool.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think I have a Twitter account, but I've never really
Hey,
used
Elon bought it. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
now.
we're about
It's,
to take
it's great now.
It's
Yeah.
moving forward now. So.
it. I don't think I ever got a chance to get banned or canceled on
There
there.
you
so-
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
I
You're
don't
good.
think I ever had
Hey,
that.
Well, look,
there's always hope, though, right?
Yeah.
True.
What's
Fair life.
what's the next coming up show you got coming up?
Tomorrow night at Glory Bound. with
Tomorrow night,
Graham-
Glory
with
Bound.
Graham Ray.
And
Wait.
then where we're going?
That's on a Wednesday. Okay.
I'm playing the Celtic in Pascagoula
Oh, yeah.
Thursday.
Yep.
Get
that's
down,
gonna, that's
Gula?
just, that's going to be just solo, and I
Okay.
actually play a lot of my stuff there, just my stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think moving forward, we're trying to go to playing more
Yeah.
original shows with the original music, just to keep,
Yeah, well, we're always doing stuff and always talking about throwing country stuff on our live events that we may do or
Yeah.
whatever. So we'll reach out
Yeah.
definitely. And see if we
Absolutely.
can get you
Fishing
on it.
tournaments.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
Sure.
Speaking of that, when they were playing at Felix's the other night, some people asked me about Sam and how they could look his stuff up, and I mentioned, hey, we're going to be on Brownwater Banter Tuesday, and the guy was a fishing boat captain. So if that was you, sir,
He
nice
knew
guy.
he knew who we were.
He-
yeah, oh yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Nice guy, and
He's probably been on the show.
Yeah,
and I think it was. I want to say it was Real Hooked.
yeah, that's we.
And I may be wrong with that, and I apologize, but real nice people. He was there, I think, with his family, and he had a guy that was with him that looked like a guy that I knew from a fitness company. I mean, the guy was all buffed
Oh,
up. and-
jacked
Oh,
up.
speaking of
yeah.
that, hey, we didn't even mention the fitness
Yeah,
stuff.
what
The
we got
Zoom
going
stuff
on?
on-
Man,
on-
man.
on
What
the
is this?
table there. What is
Gosh,
that? Real quick before we wrap it up.
Okay, that's
Switch it to our camera.
Zol Nutrition.
Switch to our camera.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay,
It's all glared out. You
Zol
can't see
Nutrition.
it.
That's my sponsored company. That's for fitness. That is a pre-workout supplement that they make. Is a small company from Utah. A good friend of mine that I've been friends with for over 20 years. Him and his wife started that company, and when I got started getting myself back in shape, they were nice enough to not only help me out with the products, with the sponsorship, but with a lot of advice. Both of them have been fitness competitors and bodybuilding competitors. And so shout out to the Drapers in Utah and Zol Nutrition. Great products, 100% natural, and it's a family-owned business. So we like to support them, and
Yeah,
they send me a lot of good stuff and cool
We're
T-shirts.
about
so-
to yoke this around.
Yeah, and that's for you guys.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it'll help you out. Definitely got plenty of energy in there, and there's nothing bad in there. That's not like the heavy duty stuff like C4 or Jack.
So you're not going to be itching all over the place.
No.
Yeah.
No, and that's all the caffeine in there is green tea extract. It's not caffeine anhydrous.
It's got electrolytes.
I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I love it.
Lots of beetroot. It's great for cardio. It's got
Yeah.
tons of beetroot in it. Great pumps.
Okay.
Sweet.
So there you have it. Zol Nutrition.
Well, gentlemen, we appreciate y'all's time. Thanks
Yeah,
for
it's a
Man,
great
thanks
show.
for having us,
stopping in
guys.
here
Yeah,
and-
thank
and-
y'all.
and talking
Appreciate
to us. Keep showing up and
Absolutely.
let us know. Anytime you got new music coming out, man, kick it
Yeah.
over to us,
Oh, you-
please.
For sure.
We'll,
And
be
we'll put it on the
we'll put it on the
playlist.
app, put it on
Yeah.
the thing, and blast it out.
Cool, man.
We
All
love
right,
it.
man.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching on the live and on the replay and listening to the audio podcast. If you haven't downloaded the app,
Get it.
please check it out. Download it. It's free. It's on the App Store and Google Play. There's no excuse not to
Super
have it.
simple.
Yeah, super
Yeah,
simple.
Super
So
simple.